Yesterday's class we discussed lot many things about dynamics. One is kinetics and kinematics. Then we discussed what are the fundamental quantities of kinematics, and those are motion parameters like position, velocity. We discussed the sign convention for position and velocity. We discussed when velocity and position are positive, when they are negative. Then we discussed how distance traveled during time interval t1 to t2 is related to the change in position from time t1 to t2. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, Siddharth. So today we will start with defining the acceleration. There are two types of accelerations that we are interested typically in. One is instantaneous acceleration and another is average acceleration. So how do we define instantaneous acceleration? So instantaneous acceleration is defined as change in velocity. Now mind you, velocity is a vector quantity. So when I say change in velocity, I mean it is v2 bar minus v1 bar, where v2 bar is the velocity vector at time instant t2 and v1 bar is the velocity vector at time instant t1. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So v2 bar minus v1 bar upon t2 minus t1 in the limit as t2 minus t1 approaches 0. That means we are approaching an instant, and therefore we call this acceleration as instant acceleration. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is average acceleration? So if T2 and T1 are sufficiently apart, so that means I do not force T2 minus T1 to approach 0, then this quantity V2 minus V1 upon T2 minus T1 would give me the average acceleration. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So instantaneous acceleration and average acceleration, these definitions are something similar to instantaneous velocity and average velocity. Now let us look at the sign convention for the acceleration. So as we are typically dealing right now with rectilinear motion, the motion along the direction along which the motion occurs, that direction I'm going to call it as x. And what is the sign convention? If the particle is exhibiting acceleration in positive x direction, then I am going to call it as positive one. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is the sign convention for rectilinear motion. Right now, let us focus only on rectilinear motions. Later on, we will see curvilinear motions. So we will revisit this point there when we discuss that. Okay, Siddharth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, next question is when does the acceleration turn out to be positive? So imagine this is the x direction in which the particle is moving. This is the positive x direction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And at time t1, the particle occupies this position and has a velocity v1 equal to 2 meter per second. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And let us say at time t2, the particle occupies this position. It moves along the positive x direction and it has velocity equal to 3 meter per second. And the velocities are positive. So what do we mean by positive velocities? These velocities, they are directed in positive x direction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what is the average acceleration? Sorry, what is the average acceleration from time instant t1 to t2? So a average will be given by velocity at t2 minus velocity at t1, that is 3 minus 2 divided by t2 minus t1. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
T2 being greater than t1, denominator is positive and numerator has turned out to be positive in this example. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So this is the case when the acceleration is positive. So what is our understanding? The object is speeding up in positive x direction. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
देखो v1 is positive, v2 is positive, v2 is greater than v1. So can I say the object is speeding up in positive x direction? Yes. So whenever object speeds up in positive x direction, we end up having positive acceleration. Happy? Siddharth?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now let us go to the next case. Let us say at time instant t equal to t1, the particle occupies this position and has a velocity of minus 2 meter per second. So what can you say about, uh, means what can you say in which direction the particle is moving? It must move in negative x direction. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Because its velocity is minus 2 meter per second. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let us have a look at time instant t2. At time instant t2, let us say the particle occupies this position, which is on the left hand side of position at t1, and its velocity now becomes -1 meter per second. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the average acceleration from t1 to t2? So average acceleration is velocity at t2 minus velocity at t1 divided by t2 minus t1. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
T2 minus T1 is positive. Denominator is positive. What about the numerator? It is -1 minus of -2. Because what is the velocity at T2? -1 meter per second. What is the velocity at T1? -2. So
-2.
-1 minus of -2. So it is going to be positive. So +2 minus 1. So is this average acceleration going to turn out to be positive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So another interpretation of acceleration being positive, that the object is slowing down in negative x direction. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
देखो यहाँ पे velocity कितना था 2 मीटर, magnitude of velocity was 2 meter per second, and the magnitude of velocity here at time t equal to t2 is 1 meter per second, but the object is moving in negative x direction. So therefore if object slows down in negative x direction, then also we are going to end up having positive acceleration. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So typically our notion is when velocity is positive, position should be positive, acceleration is positive, position should be positive. All that is now challenged. That's not correct. We have to understand when the acceleration is positive. Only in two cases. Acceleration along x direction will be positive if object is speeding in positive x direction, or if the object is slowing down in negative x direction. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So can you now answer my question? When will the acceleration be negative?
Sir, when the object is slowing down in positive x direction.
Right. Or when the object is speeding in negative x direction.
Yes, sir.
Either of these two conditions, we will get acceleration as negative. Now, mind you, throughout our discussion, I am not using the word retardation. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Because retardation in positive x direction can be treated as acceleration in negative x direction. समझ में
Yes,
आ
sir.
रहा है? Therefore, I am using only the terms positive acceleration and negative acceleration. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have not used the term retardation. Please make a note of that. Now, let us let us understand something more about the acceleration. How do I write acceleration? When instantaneous acceleration is written as dv by dt. Why? Because this limit in turn is dv by dt. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
How do we define limit? Limit is limit t2 minus t1 tending to 0. v2 minus v1 upon t2 minus t1 is nothing but dv by dt. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, but what is instantaneous velocity? Instantaneous velocity is dx by dt, where x is a position. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what is acceleration? It is d by dt of dx by dt. So it is d square x by dt square. Second derivative of position at a given instant of time will give you instantaneous acceleration. Or first derivative of velocity at the given instant of time will give you the acceleration. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us write a as means this dv by dt. Can I divide this by dx and multiply it by dx? As long as dx is tending to 0, but it is not 0, I can do that. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
I can divide and multiply by a number which is non-zero without introducing a non-definitive form. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So as dx is infinitesimally small but not 0, therefore I can write it as dv by dx into dx by dt. This should be a. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
But now what is dx by dt? Tell me, velocity. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So can I write it as acceleration as v dv by dx?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this form of expressing the acceleration will be powerful when we are handling the problems where acceleration or velocity is given as a function of position rather than a function of time. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
So there are various types of problems that we are going to solve in rectilinear motions based on whether the acceleration is given as function of time whether the acceleration is given as function of space or whether the velocity is given as function of space. So let us start solving those problems based on these concepts. Mind you, yesterday we have discussed what do we mean by t equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So keeping all these points in mind, now let us solve the problems. Can you read the statement of this problem for me, Siddharth?
Yes, sir. The motion of particle is defined by the relation x equal to 2t cube minus 15t square plus 24t plus 4, where x is expressed in meter and t in seconds. Determine A the velocity when the velocity is 0, B the position, and the total distance traveled when acceleration is 0.
Great. So we have read the problem. So here in this problem, this is the first class of problem where displacement or position is given as a function of time. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
The moment that is given, I can express velocity as a function of time. It is f dot of t. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And I can express acceleration also as a function of time. It is f double dot of t. Typically, we use notations dot to indicate time derivative. If it is a space derivative, we typically use the notation dash. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So dot indicates the time derivative. So if x is a function of t, f dot of t is nothing but velocity and f double dot of t is nothing but acceleration. So in this problem, typically means this is a class of problem where typically either velocity, acceleration or position is described as a function of t. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is asked? No, sorry. Well, read the statement. It is written as x is expressed in meters and t is expressed in seconds. Why should we implicitly mention that? Tell me. Why should we explicitly mention that? Tell me.
Sir, because it is an SI unit.
No. Just look at this relationship. I will write down this relationship here. X is equal to 2t cube. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Minus 15t square plus 24t plus 4. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, what is the unit of x? Let us say it can be meter, it can be kilometer, it can be millimeter. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So it is a unit of length. Happy?
Yes, sir.
What is the unit on right hand side? If you look at the first term, its unit may be second cube, hour cube. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So on and so forth. ऐसे हो सकता है. What is the unit of second quantity? Second square,
Second, sir.
hour square,
Third,
so on
sir.
and so forth. Are you with me? It can be
Yes, sir.
minute square as well. What is the unit of third quantity?
Second and for
Second,
hours.
hour, minute. So it is a unit of time. 15t square has a unit of time square. 2t cube has a unit of time cube. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And this is unitless, constant, hai na?
Yes, sir.
Now look at this equation. Isn't it weird that we are equating something in length dimension on left hand side with something of dimensions of powers of time? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So such kind of equations where dimensions of left hand side and right hand side do not match, we call them as dimensionally non-homogeneous equations. क्या बोलेंगे?
Dimensionally non-homogeneous equation.
So all dimensionally non-homogeneous equations, you must specify the units. Where x is in meters when time is in seconds. Are you with me? If I substitute
Yes,
time
sir.
in hour here, I don't know in which unit do I get x unless specified. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you give me the counter example of this? Can you give me something which is dimensionally homogeneous?
Dimension.
देखो, S is equal to UT plus half AT square.
Half
ये
80
इक्वेशन
square.
आपने पढ़ा है ना?
Yes, sir.
I will go into intricacies of it little later. But let us write down this crude equation here. What is the dimension of S? M, meter,
M. Yes,
meter,
sir.
kilometer, or whatever it is. It is the dimension of length. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
What is dimension of u? Velocity है, तो meter per
Meter per
second,
second.
meter per hour, whatever it is. If I substitute time in seconds, this meter per second and second are going to cancel, and the first quantity is going to have unit meter. Do you agree with
Meter.
me?
Yes,
What
sir.
is the unit of acceleration? Meter per second
Meter per
square
second square.
multiplied by second square. So this quantity is also going to be in meter. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So now if you look at left hand side and right hand side, they have same units.
Yes, sir.
Units of length. So such equations, we call them as dimensionally homogeneous equations where we need not specify units. You have to be consistent, that's all. You decide s to be substituted in meter and time to be substituted in second. Then unit of u is automatically meter per second. Unit of acceleration is automatically in meter per second square. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Be consistent, and you can use this equation in any system of units. You need not specify the units here. But this equation is unlike that. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, the units have been specifically specified in the problem statement. Have you got my point?
Yes, sir.
So this was digress. It had nothing to do with the solution, but you should understand what's going on. That's why I discussed this. Now, we have this expression x is equal to 2t cube minus 15t square plus 24t plus 4. Can you now tell me what is the expression for velocity as a function of time? So it is not velocity into time, it is velocity as a function of time. So can you tell me that equation?
60 square minus 30t plus 24.
Very good. 60 square minus 30t. So what have we done? We have differentiated x with reference to time because we know the velocity is dx by dt. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So minus 30t plus 24.
24.
Happy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, can you tell me the expression for acceleration?
12t minus 30.
12t minus 30. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now x is in meter and time in seconds. So velocity will be in meter per second. Acceleration will be in meter per second square. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Great. So now let us go ahead. What is asked? When the velocity is zero. Easy. What do I have to do? V of t, I have to equate it to zero. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So that gives me 60 square minus 30t plus 24 equal to 0. Can you tell me the roots of this equation? How much should be t?
Sir, 1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me also solve with you. Code equation. Yes. So 60
Sir,
square
4 and 1.
minus 30 and 24. Yeah, what are the roots?
Sir, 4 and 1.
T equal to 1 second and t equal to 4 seconds. These are the two roots. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Both these roots are acceptable. Are you with me? So
Yes, sir.
when a particle, motion of a particle is defined by this relationship, at time t equal to 1 second and time t equal to 4 seconds, velocity becomes 0.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
with me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes. So these are the times when velocity becomes 0. Ct is 0. First question was easy. Now what about the second question? What is the position and the total distance traveled when the acceleration is 0? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what do we have to calculate first? When is the acceleration 0? Is the thing that we have to calculate first. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So when is acceleration 0? When is acceleration 0?
At
For
2.5
that,
seconds.
I will have to equate 12t minus 30 to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So tell me.
2.5 seconds.
So at t equal to 2.5 seconds, we have acceleration 0. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Now what has been asked? You have been asked the position at t equal to 2.5 second and the total distance traveled when the acceleration is 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So you have what you have to find out? You have to find out position x at t equal to 2.5 seconds. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And you have to find out total distance traveled from time t equal to 0 to time t equal to 2.5 seconds. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
We are now going to deal with position at t equal to 2.5 seconds first. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So how do we calculate that? It's easy. We have the
Sir,
equation for x. So in that x, I will substitute t equal to 2.5. I will write it as position x at t equal to 2.5. So what do I get? 2 into 2.5 cube. Happy?
yes, sir.
Plus, tell me, minus 15t square. So minus 15 into 2.5 cube, 2.5 square. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Plus 24t. So plus 24 into 2.5. Right?
Yes, sir.
And plus 4. Can you tell me how much is this?
1.5 meter.
Is it positive or negative?
Sir, positive.
Okay. So it is at 1.5 meter. Positive hai. Therefore, it is towards right or towards positive x. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Of its position at time t equal to 0, which I call it as x0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So x0 को जो भी position रहेगा उसके in comparison to that the position, oh I am sorry, not that, sorry, towards positive x direction of origin. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. So जो भी origin, जो भी reference point है उससे पॉजिटिव एक्स डायरेक्शन में 1.5 मीटर पे वो पार्टिकल रहेगा आफ्टर 2.5 सेकेंड्स. आर यू विथ मी?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, to calculate total distance, what is the first thing that I told you you have to do? You have to first locate all the points where velocity becomes 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So to calculate s from t equal to 0 to t equal to 2.5, total distance traveled, no not 2.5. So total distance traveled during this time, ये अगर आपको find out करना है तो what is the first thing that we do? Find out at how many locations, find out at how many, find out how many times, and at what times, velocity has become 0 during t equal to 0 to 2.5. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So now tell me, how many times has the velocity become 0?
One time.
Only one time, because only one route is having only 1 second is in the time interval 0 to 2.5. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So now here the velocity has become 0 one time. Are you with me? And what time? At t equal to 1 second. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And how do we write then? The total distance traveled from t equal to 0 to 2.5 seconds is then given as, देखो, change in position from 1 second to 0 second, from 0 second to 1 second, plus change in position from 2.5 seconds, from 1 second to 2.5 second, and moduli of that. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So how do we write total distance? Total distance is written as जितने जितने times velocity zero हुई है वो find out करो. Let us say the velocity is zero at 2 times, at t1 and t2 in a given interval. तो कैसे करेंगे हम? First of all, we will calculate change in position from 0 to t1, then t1 to t2, and then t2 to 2.5. तीनों change in positions के मॉड्यूलस लेके उनको ऐड करेंगे. That is the total distance traveled. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Is the methodology clear?
Yes, sir.
Imagine if velocity never approached zero or never became zero in 0 to 2.5, तो क्या करेंगे? Then I can write down total distance traveled is same as change in position from 0 to 2.5. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have to calculate these two quantities. What are these two quantities? Change in position from 0 to 1. Are you with me?
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the value of x1? Can you tell me all these values? What is x0? What is x1? What is x2.5? Can it
Sir,
be
X1 is
calculated? Yes, we can
X1.
substitute t equal to 0 here. So x at t equal to 0 is 4. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
X at t equal to 1. How much is that? Tell me. So I have to
15.
substitute 1 here. So 2 minus 15 plus 24. 15 plus 24 plus 4. 28 plus 15. 28 plus 15 is 43. 43 minus 2. 41. No, what has happened? 1 minute. 2 minus 15 plus 24 plus 4. So 4 plus 24 is 24 plus 4 is 28. 28 minus
It
15.
will be 15
Yes, 15. Correct. And what is the unit?
meter.
Meter. So this is 4 meter. This is 15 meter. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And what is x at 2.5 that we have already calculated 1.5. Happy?
Yes, sir.
तो देखो अब पार्टिकल का मोशन कैसे हुआ है. At time t equal to 0, it was at 4 meter from the origin towards right. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Then this was at time t equal to 0. Then at time t equal to 1 second, it occupied a position. This is at t equal to 1 second. It occupied a position at 15 meter. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And then its direction of motion got reversed. So it moved in this fashion. And then the direction of motion got reversed. And at t equal to 2.5 seconds. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
It was occupying this position, which is at distance 1.5 meter. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So change in position from t equal to 0 to 2.5 is only 1.5, but distance travel is much larger. Do you agree with me?
Sir, will the position be 1.5 meter in left side of t equal to 0?
Left side of? No, why? Because it has turned out to be plus, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So plus का मतलब क्या है? It is on right hand side of the origin. Oh, you are right. Absolutely right. I am sorry. I have not drawn this correctly. You are right. This is not 1.5. 1.5 from the origin. I'm sorry. So it has settled here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now you are absolutely right. So therefore, but what is the change in position? If I were to calculate change in position from x equal to 2.0 to x equal to 2.5, it will be 1.5 minus 4. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And that will be equal to how much? 2 minus 2.5. That means after 2.5 seconds, the particle assumes the position towards left by amount 2.5 meter with comparison to its position during t equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
But distance traveled is much more. So how do I calculate distance traveled? I am going to substitute these values here. So how much is x1 minus x0? Tell me.
11.
15 minus 4. And its modulus is also 11. So and then what is x at 2.5? 1.5. And what is x1? 15.
15.
Are you with me? So what is
Yes.
15 minus 1.5 minus 15? Tell me.
13.5.
Minus 13.5, but modulus is 13.5. So therefore 13.5 plus 11. So 24.5 meter. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So 24.5 meter is the total distance traveled during t equal to 0 to t equal to 2.5 second. What happens at t equal to 2.5 second? Acceleration becomes 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So have we answered both these questions? We have calculated when the velocity is 0. We have calculated the position of a particle when acceleration is 0. We agree?
Yes, sir.
And we have also calculated the total distance traveled by the particle during time t equal to 0 to time t equal to 2.5. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So these are very straightforward problems, forward problems where x is given as function of time, or velocity is given as function of time, or acceleration is given as function of time. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now let us go to the second problem. Can you read the statement for me?
The acceleration of particle is defined by the relation e minus 6 square where having constant equal to 0 x equal to 8 meter velocity. When at t equal to 1 second, velocity equal to 30 meter per second. Determine first time at which velocity is 0. D, the total distance traveled by particle equal to.
Okay. So now this problem is also of a type where a is given as function of time. Do you agree with me?
Sir.
So a is given as a function of time. So how do I write a? Can I write it as dv by dt? Are you with me? Siddharth? Siddharth, are you there? Am I audible clearly? Okay, Siddharth, I think there is a issue with internet either at your place or my place. So you mute. I will ask now someone else to unmute. 1 minute. Achha, Shaunak, can you unmute yourself? Shaunak Vaidya. Shaunak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Am I audible clearly?
Yes.
Okay. So now acceleration is written as dv by dt and it is given as a minus 60 square where a is not a function of time. A is constant. ऐसे दिया है ना? Okay. And I can also write down v as dx by dt. So therefore, this is also equal to d square x by dt square. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
D square x by dt square. And now, suppose from this expression, I want to write down the expression for velocity. So what should I do? I need to integrate this equation. Do you agree with me? I am going to use this now. dv by dt is equal to a minus 60 square. Happy?
Yes.
Can I write dv as a minus 60 square
Yes.
times dt? Yes. Can I integrate both the sides? So how do if I integrate, I would get the expression for velocity. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, first of all, can we calculate the value of constant A is the question. So there are some conditions given here. At t equal to 0, the particle starts from x is equal to 8 meter and velocity equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes.
And knowing that At t equal to 1 second, the velocity is 30 meter per second. These are the things that are given. Now let us first integrate this. So if I integrate both the sides, what do I get? V is equal to AT. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Minus 6t cube by 3
Yes.
plus constant of integration C1. Do you agree with me?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
So now how do I write this? V is equal to AT plus, sorry, AT minus 2t cube plus C1. Happy?
Yes.
At time t equal to 0, what is the velocity? Is it given?
0.
At time t equal to 0, velocity is 0. Happy?
Yes.
So that gives me velocity as. So if I substitute this condition here, let me substitute t equal to 0. So what do I get on right hand side? C1. And at t equal to 0, velocity is 0. So I get C1 equal to 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So therefore V is written as AT minus
Minus
2.
2 TQ.
Happy?
Yes.
There is one more condition given here. Knowing that at t equal to 1 second, velocity is 30 meter per second. So at t equal to 1 second, velocity is equal to 30 meter per second. This is also given. Are you with me?
Hmm. Yes. We
So if
can
I
calculate
substitute
it
that
from.
here, yes. So if I substitute that here, what do I get? 30 is equal to A minus 2.
Yes.
Agreed? So therefore A is equal to how much? Tell me. 32.
32.
कुछ कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक नहीं है ना? देखो एक बार A equal to,
नहीं सर.
yes. So A is equal to 32. So what is the expression for velocity that we have got?
V
32
is equal to
times
32t minus 2TQ.
2tq. So this is the expression for velocity. Now, how do I obtain the expression for displacement from this or position from this? How do I do that? So I will equate it to dx by dt. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
It is 32 times t minus 2tq. So integrate it. So after integration, what do I get? X is equal to 32 t square by 2
By 2.
minus 2
And
t raised to 4 by 4. Happy?
yes, sir.
So x is equal to 16t square minus
0.5 t to the power 4.
t raised to 4. This is the plus C1. Of course, we are forgetting C1. Are you with me? C2 now.
Yes.
Because C1 we have already used. So let me call this as C2. So plus C2. Now, do we have another condition here? Yes, at t equal to 0, x is equal to 8 meter. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So at t equal to 0, I have x is equal to 8 meter. This is given. So I will substitute. 8 is equal to C2. T, I am going to substitute it as 0. So therefore, I get C2 equal to 8. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So what is the expression for position? 32, sorry, 16t square. 16t square
Half into t to the power 4 plus
minus
8.
half into t to the power 4 plus 8. Happy?
Yes.
This is the expression for displacement. Now I will bring this expression also here. This is the first equation and I will call this as second equation. So we have now the expressions for acceleration, velocity and displacement. Very straightforward. Now what is the times at which velocity is 0? So it follows the same track as the previous problem. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And the total distance traveled when t equal to 5 seconds. So let us first find out when the velocity is 0. Are you with me? So when
Hmm.
velocity is 0? Zero. Tell me the roots. So t2t minus 2t cube. I have to equate it to 0. So one of the root is going to be t equal to 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the other roots. That is trivial root. So it starts with 0 velocity. It is already given. So it's okay. Yes, go ahead.
4.
T equal to 4 seconds. And what is the third root?
The -4, but
Minus
we
4.
will ignore that.
Yes. So before we ignore that, let me ask you a question. Why are we going to ignore the root t equal to minus 4 seconds?
The time cannot be.
Time can be negative.
And unfortunately, that's not the correct answer. अरे किसी का तो डिस्टरबेंस आ रहा है. So apart from Siddharth, everybody please mute yourself. Apart from Siddharth, please everyone else mute. No, I'm getting a disturbance. Please mute. Apart from Siddharth, everyone ensure that your microphones are muted. Okay. So now Siddharth, time cannot be negative. Is the answer cannot be the correct answer for this phenomenon. Why? Because let us try and understand what do we mean by t equal to minus 4 seconds. So what do you mean by t equal to minus 4 seconds? Tell me.
We had considered the object time to be taken 4 seconds before we had observed it.
Yes. So t equal to 0 if it is the time instant at which the observer started observing the motion. Time t equal to minus 4 seconds refers to a time 4 seconds before the observer started observing. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it cannot be negative. ये answer नहीं है ना? If I start stopwatch now, I am going to call t as 0 now. So what does time t equal to minus 4 seconds refer to? 4 seconds before I started the stopwatch. At that time, was the motion there? It may have been, it may not have been. Observer was not simply observing. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So we are not going to discard this root just because time cannot be negative. It doesn't have to do anything with time being negative. No. What it says is you are saying something about the velocity 4 seconds prior to observer started observing, which is absurd. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, we are going to neglect this root. Am I very clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now t equal to 0 and t equal to 4 seconds. These are the two roots where observer was observing and he observed that velocity became 0. That's all right. Now, only meaningful root for us is t equal to 4 seconds. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And what do you have to calculate? You have to calculate distance traveled, which is denoted by letter S, from t equal to 0 seconds to t equal to 5 seconds. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So how many times did the velocity become 0 in this time interval? So velocity
One.
becomes 0 at t equal to 4 seconds in this interval. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Velocity becoming 0 may be the indication of reversal of direction of motion, and then change in position doesn't become distance traveled. Therefore, what I will have to do is I will have to split this interval into two zones, 0 to 4 seconds, where velocity becomes 0, and then 4 to 5 seconds. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So S from t equal to 0 to 5 seconds, I am going to write it as. How do I write it? Change in
Sir,
position from
x4 minus
0 to
x
4. So x4 minus x0 plus modulus of.
x5 minus x4.
Yes, x5 minus x4. To do that, what I need? I need x0, I need x4, and I need x5. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So how do I calculate that? Simple. In this expression, you are going to put successively x equal to 0, x is equal to 4, and x is equal to 5. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So substitute that. and tell me the values. So if you substitute x equal to 0, you get x0 as at. That was already known. If you substitute x equal to 4, tell me what is the value. And x equal to 5. Tell me all these three values.
Sir, at x equal to 4, it's 136.
136. Okay. And at x equal to 5?
1 minute.
Yes.
Sir, it's 95.5.
95.5 plus, right?
Yes, sir.
So let me pictorially represent the motion of the particle. Dekho, at time t equal to 0 seconds, from origin, it was towards right at 8 meter. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Then this is at t equal to 0. Then at t equal to 4 seconds, it reached this position where it was at the location plus 136 from the origin. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Then it reversed its direction of motion. And after reversing the direction of motion, it traveled certain distance back and it reached at a point which is located at distance 95.5 from the origin. Happy?
Yes, sir.
This is its position at t equal to 5 seconds. So what is the total distance traveled? Total distance traveled now will not be just the change in position from t equal to 0 to t equal to 5. It will be this quantity. So how do I substitute? What do I substitute? So this is 136. Then this is x0 is 8. So 136 minus 8. x5 is 95.5 minus 136 and its modulus. So tell me how much is the sum? So what is the distance traveled from t equal to 0 to 5 seconds? Yeah, go ahead.
164.5 meter.
164.5. So forward problems, easy problems. There is no issue as far as these problems are concerned. Now let us go to the third problem. Can you read the statement?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
A particle starting from rest at x equal to 1 feet is accelerated so that its velocity doubles in magnitude between x equal to 2 feet and x equal to 8 feet. Knowing that the acceleration of particle is defined by the relation a equal to k x minus a by x, determine the value of constant a and k if particle has velocity of 29 feet per second when x equal to 16 feet.
A lot many numbers to read, lot many statements to understand. So let us write down all those statements in a symbolic form. A particle starts from rest at x equal to 1 meter. So what does it mean? At x is equal to 1 meter. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Velocity is 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
It has been never said that it starts from the origin. ऐसे नहीं बोला है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
What has been said is at x is the particles starting from the rest at x equal to 1 meter. So x is not 0, x is 1 meter, and the particle has started the motion from rest. That means its velocity is 0 at x equal to 1 meter. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now in notation form, I will write it as v1 equal to 0. But here the 1 will not indicate the time. It will indicate distance or position. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because now their velocity and acceleration, now they are given as functions of x. Happy? So this problem is of the class where acceleration is given as a function of position and not the function of time. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Is it a function of time? Obviously, acceleration is going to be the function of time, but the way it is expressed as a function of position. Are you with
Position.
me?
Yes,
So
sir.
जरा देखो यहाँ पे position in terms is a function of time. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So acceleration being function of position, being function of time, acceleration will become function of time. Function of a function. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us understand the next statement. So that its velocity doubles in magnitude. तो velocity नहीं बोला है, क्या बोला है? Speed. Velocity doubles in magnitude. ऐसे बोला है ना?
Yes, sir.
So, but what do you mean by velocity doubles in magnitude? That means the velocity's direction will remain unharmed. It will remain unchanged. Its magnitude will become double. That's what is being said. From x is equal to 2 feet to x equal to plus 8. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I will denote velocity at x is equal to 2 feet by notation v2. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And I will denote velocity at x is equal to 8 feet by notation. It's not 1 meter, it's 1 feet. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So what is the relationship between velocity at x equal to 2 feet and velocity at x is equal to 8 feet? Twice. That's
Sure.
what is given. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So this second statement I have translated into this into this form. Happy? This
Yes,
is
sir.
first statement. This is second statement. What is the third statement? Knowing that the acceleration of the particle is defined by the relation A is equal to K into bracket X minus A by X. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And A and K are constants. ऐसे दिया है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So A and K, when I say they are constants, they are not functions of what? Tell me.
Functions of t.
They are neither functions of t nor they are functions of x. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So constant का मतलब भी समझना है यहाँ पे. A and K are constants. In this context, when it has been said, I know that A and K are not varying with x. They are not varying with t. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the particle has the velocity of 29 feet per second when x is equal to 16 feet. So that means I have to say velocity 16. It is equal to how much? 29 feet per second. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what is the task? हमारे पास task क्या है? बोलो. Task is to determine these constants k and a. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I already said, which relationship are we going to use in this particular problem? जरा देखो. This is the relationship that we are going to use. A equal to v dv by dx. Agreed?
Yes.
So let us use that. Why? Because acceleration is given as a function of time. We will always start with A is equal to v dv by dx. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, I will substitute the expression of acceleration here. So what is the expression? K, tell me. K x
X minus
minus
a by x.
A by x is equal to
V
v
dv by
dv
dx.
by dx. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, can I bring this in variable separable form? Can I collect all the variables in v on one side and all the variables in x on another side?
Yes, sir.
So how does it work? V dv
V dv
is equal to k times x minus
x
a by x
by x dx.
dx. This is called as variable separable form. On right hand side, you will see everything as a function of x or constants. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And on left hand side, you will see everything as a function of v. And for any meaningful conclusion, I need to integrate. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, what are the limits of integration? कहाँ से कहाँ तक integrate करूँ is the question. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what are the conditions that I have? I know that at x is equal to 1 feet, velocity is 0 meter per second. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So I will start with integration as that. At x is equal to 1 feet. What is the velocity? Tell
Zero.
me 0. So corresponding limits. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
What is the second information that I have? At
Sir, at
x
x
is
is
equal to
16
16
feet.
feet, I have velocity as 29 feet. So that is the second information. So I will integrate it from x equal to 1 to x is equal to 16. Happy? The
Yes, sir.
velocity would then change from v1 equal to 0 to v16 equal to 29. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, what is the integration of left hand side? Is it v square by 2?
V square by 2.
And what are the limits?
0
0
to 16.
to 29. 29.
Yes, sir. 29.
On left hand side, the limits are 0 to 29. On right hand side, can I integrate this quantity easily? K, let it be outside the integration because it is constant. Then this becomes x
square by
square
2.
by 2. What is the integration of 1 by x? Tell me.
Log x.
Log x.
Log to the base what?
Log to the base ex.
Log to the base e of x. And a is going to be as it is there. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And what are the limits? Tell me. 1
1 to 16.
to 16. Now, so can you simplify this stuff? Okay, now it's already 12:48. So from this point onwards, we will we will take the next part of the solution in next class. Let us stop here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what have we done in today's class? We started with the definition of acceleration, sign convention, positive acceleration, its alternative form. Then we started solving the problems. First two problems where acceleration, velocity, and position are functions of time. Now we have ventured into the second class where acceleration is now function of space, function of position. Let's stop here and we will continue from this point onwards tomorrow. So I am stopping the recording.